Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to be bringing you two Dollar Tree and two Trash to Treasure DIYs. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. It would surely help me a lot. And if you like what you see here, please give me a thumbs up. We're going to start with DIY number 1, and these are going to be the Trash to Treasure. So, do you recognize these cups here? They are K-cups, and we have a ton of them because we drink coffee every day. So this is just an idea if you have a bunch of K-cups, or if you save them from the trash, you just cut the rim of them off, and then you clean out the inside of them, and then you just punch a hole in the very top. And I'm just using this little file. I don't know where I got it or anything. It probably came in a kit or something. So I'm just punching the holes in the tops of them so we can add our hangers. And we're going to be using the Waverly wax and the silver paint and some pavement paint, which is a dark gray, almost black color. So I'm just going to put some paint here on my torn piece of paper that I got off the back of a Hobby Lobby piece of decor. Figured I could use it to do some painting on instead of throwing it away. Make it useful. And then I'm just going to use these little foam pouncer brushes. And I put my tool in the top where I punched a hole just to keep from having to touch this K-cup while I'm painting it. And I'm starting out with the pavement paint. I'm going to paint the outsides of this and the top. I'm not going to do the inside, but I will do the bottom rim just on the edge. And if you know of anybody that would like these types of crafts, please feel free to share my video with them. And now that I have the pavement on all of these K-cups, I am going to start pouncing on the Waverly Antique wax. And I'm just doing it, you know, here and there, going around the bottom edges and the top, but I'm certainly not putting it all over the pavement. I want some of that pavement paint to show through. Now once we get all of that done, then we're going to take the silver and do the same thing. So our bells are going to be silver bells, and they're going to be antiqued. This is actually my second set of bells made from K-cups. My first one I didn't film. I was just making it for fun, and I made those antiqued gold. Now, if you don't want your paint to chip off of these bells, I would suggest coating them with either some clear matte spray or some Mod Podge. I did not do that to mine, and I do see that the paint is chipping off in places that you can see that white K-cup. Now I have this string of gold and silver bells from the Dollar Tree from years past, and I'm just going to cut off 5 of the silver ones. And I don't want the tops that are on these bells either. I just want the string and the 5 silver bells. So now that all the bells are cut off, you want to string them into the bells you just painted. So you just take the ends of the rope or string or whatever it is that's attached to the bells, to one of the bells and bring it up to the top. And then you just want to tie it snug. Now your bell will be at the very top inside of the bell you just made, and that is fine. It still jingle jangles. Jingle jangle, that's what I'm doing. And then I have this fabric that I got from Walmart last year, and I believe it was a jelly roll of Christmas fabric. So I just cut a few pieces in varying sizes, and I tied them to the top of the bells we made with the string that's attached. And then I have this wooden ring that I've had for years because I used to do macrame. And I'm just going to take the two ends, and I'm starting with the longest piece of fabric that I have on one of the bells. And I'm just going to tie a knot in the very top of the fabric where the two ends meet. And you can see it there in the ring. And then we're just going to keep adding our bells, one to either side. And we'll do longest to shortest. So the very longest is in the middle, and then you do a shorter on either side, and then you do it even shorter on the other sides. So we have 5 bells. Now you can do this with 3 bells too. You don't have to use 5. I think it's pretty cool that they ring, ding, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, jingle jangle, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to continue to add my bells to my ring, tying a knot in the top of the fabric, and then I cut off the ends. And I'm sorry about this being out of frame a lot. I'm going to have to work on my camera being positioned correctly. So I'm just adding the last bell, and now it's time to decorate. So I have all the knots that the fabric has been tied in at the very top, and I am just putting a ton of hot glue there, and I mean a ton. And it doesn't even dry very quickly either because it's so much of it. And I'm just taking little pieces of this greenery. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just cutting little pieces off and putting it in that glue. So I'm kind of creating a circle. So I'm adding the ends and going around, just around those knots. I want to cover up all those knots. So if you like these types of DIYs, can you give me a thumbs up? I would really appreciate it. As YouTube, the more thumbs up you get and the more people sharing your video, the more they'll put it out there for others to see. And I want to thank my subscribers for subscribing to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, would you consider doing so? I mean, I put a ton of hot glue there, and you see I didn't add any more, and it was still sticky. So I'm just going to add a pine cone. This is the pine cone that I had used in a previous craft. So I had taken some Christmas crafts apart, mostly several wreaths that I had done and tried to sell, and they didn't sell, so I just took them apart. Now just using the different pieces. These are just some little red berries. Again, these were part of an older craft, but you can still get these at Dollar Tree. Gonna add a few more berries to the top here. And then that's it for this DIY. I think those K-cups made pretty good bells. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And now on to DIY number 2, another trash to treasure. So this one here, I have these wood pieces that actually my husband had cut up for me, and they were kind of odds and ends, and they were in a box to be thrown away. So I went through the box and I salvaged them. And I thought, well, they might not work for trees setting up because they're kind of wonky, but I should be able to use these for ornaments. So I'm going to make some snowman face ornaments. And I'm just taking my white acrylic paint and painting the top side of these rounds. And I did drill a hole in the top of these. First time I've ever really drilled a hole in anything, I think. It was pretty cool. I have a Dremel, and I used it, and I was pretty proud of myself. Usually I get my husband to drill the holes and stuff for me, but I did it myself. And I do give this 2 coats of the acrylic paint, as one just isn't quite enough. I just wanted a little more full coverage on this. And you see me drop my brush. You do need to let the paint dry in between the coats. And now I'm just going to take vinyl that I cut out the faces of these snowmen on it. Snowmen, snow ladies. And here's the first one that we're going to be working on. And I was just using scraps of vinyl. So if you have a Cricut or a cutting machine and you have scraps of vinyl, you can go on to Design Space and type in snowman or snowman faces. And you can come up with these and just use your scraps of vinyl. It's a good way to use them. And I'm actually going to do a craft show on the 3rd of December. So I'm going to sell these as ornaments for $5 each, and we'll see how it goes. And this one has little eyelashes. Eyelashes. So cute. And really, when you do this, you probably want your paint to dry a full 24 hours before applying the faces to them. I just use my heat gun to dry the paint, but you might want to wait a full 24 hours. Now this one has a tongue. I thought that was cute. And you can see the little bitty scraps of vinyl that I'm using there. Some of it is Cricut vinyl from Michaels. This piece that I'm working on right now, that's what that is. The black was Paper Studio vinyl from Hobby Lobby. And then the blue, orange, and pink are sparkled vinyl or glittered vinyl from the Dollar Tree. Do you think this is something that you might do? I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I pulled these out of the trash and put snowman faces on them. I'm going to try to sell them for $5. I mean, if they don't sell, I'll just put them on my Christmas tree. They'll be my ornaments. I think they're so cute. They turn out so cute. And this white vinyl is also the Paper Studio vinyl from Hobby Lobby. And if you want to get nice wood rounds, they actually have them in Hobby Lobby. You can get them on Amazon. And Dollar Tree also has them every now and then. I think my Dollar Tree had them one time. I didn't get them because my husband makes these for me. And I've never seen them in there since. So I think if the Dollar Tree has them and you want them, when you see them, you need to grab them. Now, the glitter vinyl from Dollar Tree is a little harder to work with. Although, well, no, it is harder to work with. Their iron-on vinyl isn't too bad if you find the correct cutting setting for them. Their neon green is so thick. Oh my gosh. So I had to use the cardboard setting for that. I've never seen vinyl as thick as that. I made some Grinch faces for a friend and had to get the neon green vinyl. Although it wasn't neon green after I ironed it down. It didn't look like it that. I mean, it was a lighter green, but not neon. So that was kind of weird. Kind of changed color, but isn't that cute? Put the carrot nose on. Cute. Snowman number 1. And now I'm just adding this a thin ribbon to it. It's kind of an iridescent white ribbon with a gold around the edges. And I just cut the tip of the ribbon in a point so that then I could get it through the hole that I drilled. And then I just take the 2 ends and tie a knot. And then trim off the edges. And that's it for snowman number 1. But we're going to make 4. So cute. Now on to snowman number 2. And most of the time I like matte vinyl, not the shiny vinyl. I do have some shiny vinyl because that's what I ended up ordering. It was Cricket from Michaels, but I do prefer the matte vinyl over the shiny vinyl. Do you have a favorite vinyl to use? Let me know in the comments. I did order some matte black vinyl from Amazon, a big roll of it, and I haven't tried it yet. See, that eye wants to come up. It was kind of stuck. The paint was getting stuck to the adhesive on the back of the vinyl. That's why I say you probably need to wait, I don't know, at least a half a day, maybe 24 hours after you paint them to really put the vinyl on. That one's cute too. Look at those eyelashes. I think this one's a girl. There are some tiny pieces to these snow faces. What I did was I measured the wood arounds, and then I sized the faces on Cricut Design Space to fit on the front of my wood rounds. And that's how I determined which wood round would go with each face. It was a lot of work, but I thought it was fun. Took me a while to make these, but I enjoyed it. And I pretty much used the same vinyl for each snow person. And it was just, like I said, little scraps that I had, and it's a good way to use up your scraps. I keep every piece. I mean, it took me several hours to get these pieces cut out. And then, of course, as you see me putting them on here, I cut out a lot of the video so that I wouldn't keep you on here for an hour. I try to make all the videos around 45 minutes or so. I know I don't like to sit there and watch the same person doing DIYs for an hour or two. I don't like it. So I thought there might be more people out there like me that would rather see more crafters doing stuff than just one doing it for an hour or hour and a half. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Maybe you don't care. I don't. Maybe it's just me. I'm weird. Aren't those cheeks cute? Little rosy cheeks. This is a bright pink from the Dollar Tree, the glitter vinyl. And the carrot is the coppery looking vinyl. And it actually was cut for Cricut Joys. But I like the color of it and I bought it anyway. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? There was a little spot that goes on the mouth, and you'll see in the picture it's on there. I found it on the needle of my Cricut, and so I was able to add it onto the final product. So I'm just taking that same ribbon, and I use the same ribbon for all 4 of the ornaments, and threading it through the little hole there. Having a hard time using my little tool there from the Dollar Tree, my little weeding tool to pick the ribbon out of the hole. Hey, that tool comes in handy for stuff other than weeding. I got a little bit of the paint on it from the hole, so I wanted to cut that off of the ribbon. Then again, I'm just going to tie a knot in the end. Wouldn't these look cute on the Christmas tree? Look at that. They're so cute. On to the next one. So this is our 3rd ornament. Now, I did have to bring up what they look like on Design Space while I was adding the pieces of vinyl on top of each other. So I used the black vinyl. Now I'm using the white vinyl for the eyes. Tedious work, but hey, they turn out so cute. And I know I've said that several times. And I don't really have any Cricut tools. The tools that I have are the ones that I got from the Dollar Tree. I do have a couple of Cricut spatulas, the old ones, the old school ones for the Cricut. I guess, I don't remember, maybe it was just called Cricut. It's the old one that took the cartridges. So I have a couple of spatulas for that. But yeah, it's pretty cool, the Cricut and Cricut Design Space. So much better than the old Cricut with the cartridges. This one just has a little round nose. I still did it in orange. And then some little red, little pink, bright pink cheeks. Now for the cheeks, they do go under the sides of the mouth. And so I need to lift up the edges of the mouth, either side of the mouth, to put the cheeks on underneath. Or maybe this isn't the one. Yeah, I think it is. Yes, so you see me, I took that little weeding tool and I lifted up the edge of the mouth. I'm going to add the cheek on and then lay the mouth back down. And I had to do it this way because there's no way I could just lay the cheeks down before I did the black vinyl to figure out where it needs to go. So I'm just doing each cheek separately. Maybe not, maybe I didn't place them exactly where they were supposed to be, but they're good enough for me. I like them. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Cute. So much cuteness. Put another ribbon in it. The last one. Our last snowman face. Look, this one has eyelashes too. But they had so many more snowman faces on there, on Design Space. I just picked the ones that I liked the best. And that I thought would fit on my round wood rounds. Of course, you can use whichever face you like if you're going to do this project. And like I said again, you can get the wood rounds on Amazon, Hobby Lobby, and then of course sometimes Dollar Tree also has them. And the placement of the cheeks here were a little off for me, so I had to figure out where I wanted them. And I just put them at the end of the mouth, where the little curve is for the smile. I thought that would work best. And now the little dots, the white dots and all for the eyes. And now the blue of the eyes. Had a little trouble getting the blue vinyl off onto the transfer paper. Or maybe not. Maybe that was a different one that I had issues with. Now all we have left to do is put the nose on. Now I do find with the glitter vinyl, the Dollar Tree glitter vinyl, if you put it on the washi tape setting with less pressure, it does cut out better. Because I was having issues when I was doing the whole thing, and some of the vinyl, you know, you use a different setting, and it was cutting through the vinyl and the paper on the Dollar Tree vinyl. So I'm just putting the hanger on the last one, and that's it for these 4 snowman or snow women ornaments. And here they all 4 are. Aren't they cute? I just love them. There they are. So cute. Tell me what you think. Do you like them? Would you make this? Okay, now on to DIY number 3. So these are Dollar Tree DIYs. So this one here, I'm just going to use this plaid, red and black plaid gift bag that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now I've done a craft with one of these bags in a previous video. I think it was the video prior to this one if you want to check that out. You can go to the Christmas DIY playlist on my channel and look up all the Christmas DIYs. So I'm just cutting apart the bag and deciding on which piece I want to use, because there are two designs and they are a little bit different. They both say the same thing. They're just a little bit different in colors. So I decide which one I want, and then I'm just using my homemade Mod Podge on this $3 wood piece from the Dollar Tree. And to make this homemade Mod Podge, you just take a cup of glue, and it's Elmer's either school glue or the all-purpose glue, and a 1/4 cup of water. You just mix them together, and I find that that works pretty good. But if you think it's a little too thick, you can add more water. If you think it's a little too thin, you can add more glue to it, and that's all I use. I don't even buy Mod Podge anymore, and that stuff is just so overpriced in my opinion. It's watered down school glue. You can get a gallon of that stuff at Walmart for cheap and make your own. So much cheaper than buying it. So don't buy Mod Podge anymore. And actually this cup of the all-purpose or school glue with a 1/4 cup of water is more like the matte Mod Podge. Now I'm just taking my finger sander and going along the edges, just cleaning them up a little bit. And I do have this finger sander. There's a link in my description box for that. There's also a link for the glue gun I use, the cordless glue gun, and for this little Ladybug vacuum. They're all linked in my description box under the Amazon products. Just showing you my finger sander. I love it. There's the glue gun. And now I'm taking this ribbon and putting it along the top folded part of the bag. I'm just covering up that fold. So this is kind of the iridescent ribbon with the gold edges. It might be the same ribbon I used on, no, it's not. The ones that I used on the ornaments was a thinner ribbon, and it was just a piece that I had left over. And now I'm going to add it to the bottom where that fold line is. I'm just covering up these fold lines. I'm just trying to pretty this up a little bit. But I thought these bags made really good signs. I mean, they have some really nice bags at the Dollar Tree. And putting the ribbon on this plaid was super easy because you just follow the line of the plaid. Now I decide to add another row to the top. Actually, 2 rows to the top, so we make that 3 rows at the top. And then I decide to do 2 rows on the sides, and I didn't feel like that piece, I thought it was kind of crooked, so I fixed it. So I do 2 rows on the sides, 3 rows on the top, and then just the 1 row on the bottom. I thought about doing 2 rows on the bottom, but then I decided against it. Let me know if you would have done 2 rows or if you would have left it as 1. See, I'm thinking about it. And then I'm still thinking about it. And then I decided not to. So I just made a finger bow. I'm just going to attach it to the left-hand corner of my sign. And I'm just fluffing it out a little bit. Now that one end wants to stick out, so I'm going to glue that down a little. I'm just tacking it down. And now I have these holly leaves and berries that I'm going to add underneath my bow. And don't forget, if you like what you see here and you like what I do, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please think about doing so. And I want to thank the ones of you that have already subscribed. I totally appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you to each one of you for watching my videos. I appreciate it. And that's it for this one. Didn't that turn out good? I like the way it turned out. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And now on to our last DIY, number 4. This one again is a Dollar Tree DIY. I have this wood plank that I got from Dollar Tree. They had rounds and squares and rectangles. And I'm just smoothing off the ends of it with my finger sander and cleaning up with my little Ladybug vacuum. And now I have some Waverly clear wax. And I've never really used this before. So I decided to go ahead and put it on the front, back, and sides of the board here. Now, it does say to let it dry for 24 hours before you buff it and do all that stuff. Well, all I did was let it dry. See, I'm reading the instructions right there. Let it dry and go ahead and put my pieces on it. I mean, I just kind of wanted to seal up the board. I did do the front and the back. And now I have this little nativity scene from the Dollar Tree last year. I think they have it again this year. Now, I don't want to use the wise men or the bottom of it. We're just going to use Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus and the stable. And we're going to paint them all with this apple barrel jet black acrylic paint. Yep, jet black. So I'm going to use one of those sponge brushes because I want it to be like a silhouette. And I like the texture the sponge brush gives when you paint with it, and you only need 1 coat. You don't need 2. It's not going to show up brush strokes or anything like that. And just let that dry, and I take my wood glue from the Dollar Tree, and I really do like this stuff. It's the only kind of wood glue I use on my craft projects. It did get a little too much glue there, but that's okay. You know, I'm not going to put any glue on the very top because it's going to hang over the board. I'm going to line up the bottom board itself. Now we're going to put Joseph on. We'll line him up with the bottom also. Do the same thing with Mary. And then we'll put baby Jesus in the stable. This is what it's looking like. We're not done yet, though. So I cut out Oh Holy Night on some black matte vinyl. It was a close fit. I get the Holy Night down on the board, and the O, I end up picking it up and cutting off most of the transfer tape so I can get it on the board better. And there we have that. And now I have this gold glitter vinyl from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to put behind the star. So it'll look like it's a gold star. So I'm going to just trace the outline of the top of the stable with my pencil. And then when I cut it out, I'm going to go inside the line to cut it out. Now, because I can't use the sticker part of it, because there's nothing to stick it to, I'm going to glue the front side of the glitter vinyl to the back side of the top of the stable. And that's it for this DIY. I love the way it turned out. I like the gold in the star. Oh Holy Night. So the Holy Family. Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus. There it is hanging on my wall. Now there's all 4 of the DIYs. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. I have to say, I think mine was the bells. Those turned out pretty good. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and I want to thank my subscribers for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. If you watch my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, why not? You should subscribe and turn that bell on so you don't miss any new videos. I love you all. Bye.